about your background and what led you to your present practice?
Well, maybe start with the present moment. We are here in Bangkok at a seminar, and we make this ad hoc little interview with my new friend Richard here. We had just a very nice lunch where we shared our experience that really brought us to where we are now. And maybe I want to repeat this because it's the central theme of our lives now. We both had an experience of a near-death experience, and both had a dramatic accident. And for him, it's 2006, and for me, it was 2005. And this is just 3-4 years ago. And I can say I was producing this system, the core system, before the event, and I was a physicist before this event, but the event really changed my perceptive on what's important. So, and I know for everybody out there, it's not that you have to change your life, but you just have to change your perception and your focus of life. And then I maybe want to say what's now my focus of using this technology, but maybe Richard wants to add something.
Adding to the experience of having found something that has purpose or meaning or importance, I believe that the experience of a near-death experience in my life changed that. So as a physician, instead of being so oriented toward the idea that everything has to have some kind of linear way, cause and effect, that the idea that there needs to be more compassion and love and healing became a very, very important part of looking at different facets of healing and how they can be brought together. And that was similar in some respect.
And so I coined the concept of dynamic labile equilibrium as the main reason for sickness, and also the main focus and the main goal for healing. So basically it says that in our life, all our culture, all our education goes towards creating this state where you are in a stability state, and all your conventions, all your insurances, all your habits are basically building walls around your present state that bring you always back to the same point of rest, no matter where you try and how you try to get out of your present situation, because you are in this informational tunnel or bucket or whatever you want to call it. This is the stability of our life. This is good. But if it's the only thing that you have available, your life feels really, in a way, completely fixed, and you feel a lack of freedom, and what you need is this state, a state of ability that you have when you are a child, when everything is open, unpredictable. You have all the possibilities in front of you, and in every moment children go from crying to happiness, and from sleep to waking, and from running to completely motionless. And this is just the state that has more lability. Now what we do in a life is going from this lability of childhood to a complete stability of old age, where everything is fixed, our menu, our people we talk to, our daily schedule, everything is fixed, until eventually it is so fixed that, as I say, we need a reset. We have to really be restarted, which we experience as death. And now we had this experience that we had this death, almost death, or in many ways it was a complete death in this life. So we had a restart, a reboot. And so we have a new perspective now on what things are important. And I know this is a very painful way to do this restart. And that's why I was, or basically I have been given the mission to create something that helps people to have this restart or reboot in a more painless way. And I know also that's what we said, Richard. Maybe you can repeat this, how you feel your life now, how do you feel yourself now?
I would say that because I went through this experience of realizing that love and compassion needs to be more in my life, but more specifically what it was about was that I realized in this death experience that I did not love myself. I didn't. My experience of this accident was an accident. I wasn't attempting suicide or anything like that. But I would say that it is because of this, that this idea of loving myself, that I am now capable on some level of experiencing myself outside of myself. Some physicians might say, well, maybe your mind is fractured. That is not what is going on. I mean, if you can imagine feeling as though, I can put it in a way that will sound simple, but at the same time might sound a little bit unusual. As though there might be an I of me, it's another part of myself, a deeper part of myself, seeing myself here. And this deeper part of myself, seeing myself here, is guiding myself more closely than had ever been at any point in my life. And this is what has led my practice toward more holistic medicine, trying to bring more healing techniques together that create a different perspective on healing, so that it's not always done by the same exact mechanism.
Yes, and I mean, he's an American doctor, and he is now has the courage to be, since 4 months or so, to be one of the doctors here at this one of the first complementary medical hospitals in Asia. And to make this step is already showing that there's an openness for change, openness for possibilities, because this is really about the dynamic labile equilibrium, that you become open for change. And why do you become open to change? I would say simply because you know, first of all, time is limited, and if something wants to kill you, this can happen any moment. But also because through this experience you know that there is something that's guiding you, or something that you are the one observing your little game on this planet. So you have a certainty that is not needing to have all these trust in authority, this trust in some protocols, procedures, regulations, and all the methods that basically a fearful spirit creates. It creates a state of stability by all these insurances and protocols. So you really, what we both probably feel is that the job we have is to show people that there's options. And then, I don't know, maybe you say how you feel that you can show this to your clients or your patients.